are you? Can we start with our new session of AP Arithmetic Progression Part 4? Do you remember what we have learned in the previous session? AP. First, second session we have seen about what is the meaning of AP, then what is the formula of AP, what are the terms included in that AP. Let us quickly revise that concept once again. Now, in an AP, A is a first term, D is a common difference, an is nothing but the nth term, n equal to number of terms, general form is nothing but a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d and so on, and nothing. The last is nothing but here the formula of an we have learned, that is nothing but an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is quick revision for us, but again I will just remind you what are the terms of this. A is a first term, D is a common difference. What is a common difference? Common difference is difference between any two consecutive terms. Is it correct? N is a number of terms. The number of terms are there in how many terms are there in that sequence or in AP. An is a nth term. N and an both are different. N is a number of terms and an is a last term, that is a nth term of a sequence. Is it correct? This is nothing but a revision. Last session we have started with the exercise 5.2, if you remember. Let us continue with the same exercise 5.2. We will start with that. So now see here, 5.2 question number 12. Two APs have the same common difference. The difference between their 100th term is 100. Then what is the difference between their 1000th term? Now listen here. Now what is given? They have given two different APs. So for example, 1, 3, 5, 7 is one AP. 2, 4, 6, 8 is second AP. So two different APs are given. But what is given? The difference between 100th term is 100. So for the first AP, the 100th term and the second AP is 100th term. If you see the difference between them, if you subtract the bigger minus smaller one, you are getting that answer as 100. This is given. And what is the difference between 1000th term? That means we have to find here the A for the first sequence. If you consider as A1000, second as B1000, and we want to find out as the difference between them. Let us see how to find. Now again the formula will remain same as it is nothing but first is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. There are two APs. So we will consider the first AP with the A term A100. So substitute A100 equal to A plus 100. A100, there are 100 terms in the sequence. So 100 minus 1 into D. 100 minus 1 is 99D. So A100 equal to A plus 99D. Yes, so this is just mark it as a step number 1. Okay, now similarly let us consider the second sequence. So we can't use again a over there. So we'll consider the first term as B and the nth term as Bn. So same formula we can rewrite over here as Bn equal to B plus n minus 1 into D. Now B100 equal to B plus 100 minus 1, again it is 99D. So we are getting the 100th term of second AP is nothing but B plus 99D. Can you see here? We are getting the 100th term of first AP is A plus 99D. We got the 100th term of the second AP is nothing but B plus 99D. Now just see what is given. The difference between their 100th term is 100. That means you can see the difference between these two, A plus 99D and B plus 99D. The difference between them is nothing but 100. So let us continue with the same question. Now as per the given question, what is given now? As I told you before, that is the difference between the 100th term is 100. So what we can write? A100 minus B100 is 100. So but what we got it in the step 1? A100 is A plus 99D. B 100 is B plus 99D. But look at here, there is a minus sign, so put it in a bracket. So when you will open the bracket, the sign will change. So A plus 99D minus B plus 99D is equal to 100. Is it correct? Just open the bracket. A plus 99D plus B will become as minus B plus 99D will become as minus 99D, which is equal to 100. Now just take the like terms together. So I have taken A minus B together, and then 99D and minus 99D will get cancelled over here, which is equal to 100. So what I am getting, the next step over here, A minus B is equal to 100. Yes, so we got one more step over here, which is very important to solve. The next step is nothing but A minus B is equal to 100. Now what is asked? Do you remember that? What was the question? They have asked you to find the minus 100 minus difference between their thousandth term. Can you see over here? Again I will read the question. What is the difference between their thousandth term? So we want to find out over here as a thousandth term, A thousand minus B thousand. Yes, so again we will use the same formula, A plus n minus 1 into D. So A plus 1000 minus 1 into D minus B thousand is B plus 1000 minus 1 into D. So it will become as A plus 99D minus, see here the bracket is must, it is compulsory, because as here is a minus sign is given, so we have to change the sign. So minus B plus 999D. So A plus 999D minus B minus 999D. So here minus 999D and plus 999D will get cancelled, and we will get it as what? A minus B. So A minus B, can you see over here? We got already the A minus B value as 100. So let us substitute that and find the next step. So we are getting A minus B as over here, as from step 1 we are getting as 100. So we can say the difference between the thousandth term is nothing but 100. Is it clear to all of you? Can we continue with the next term? Yes, let us see the 5.2 question number 14. How many multiples of 4 lie between 250? Now look at here children, these type of sums many time it is asked. They may ask you as a divisors, they may ask you as a multiples, as well as here it is given how many multiples of 4. They may ask you for 5, 6, 7, any number, and in between any two numbers. How many numbers are there? Yes, the method will remain same for all. Clear? So if you understand this sum, you can solve any sum. Now multiples of 4. Multiples of 4 is nothing but your 4 table. Is it correct? So you will start from number 4, 8, 12, 16 and all. But read the question. We want the numbers in between 10 to 250. So your first term will not come as 4 and 8. We will start it from 12 over here. Similarly, till 250 we want. Is it correct? So till 250 you just find out the last number which is divisible by 4. Here as they have taken here for the lowest multiple, how to find? It is nothing but 12 by 4 is 3. So 12 is first one. Similarly here they got it 248 by 4 is 62. So 248 is divisible by 4. Now these two steps is not necessary. If you can do it orally, you can write the direct AP over here. So this is just for the explanation part. Find the lowest multiple and the highest multiple. You can do it orally. First term is nothing but after 10 a number which is multiple of 4 is nothing but 12. Similarly 250 is last. If you go divide by 4, it is not exactly divisible, so just go in a backward one. 249, 248, 247 divide by 4, where you will get the exact remainder as 0. That is nothing but a multiple of 4. So according to that you are getting the 248 as a number. So you are getting the sequence or AP over here is nothing but the 12, 16, 14, sorry 12, 16, 20 and so on, and your last term is nothing but 248. So this is nothing but AP, and what is asked, come back to again your question, how many multiples. So we want to find in this AP how many terms are there. How many terms means what? We want to find the number of terms, that is nothing but the n value. Let us see how to find out them. Since the difference is same, because we have taken the multiples, it is quite obvious that your d value will be 4, correct? So here d is nothing but 4. A is 12, your first term. An, that is the last term, is 248. Just substitute and find the answer. Just I am explaining the first two steps. You remaining one, you try yourself, check your answer over here. So an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Substitute an as 248, a as 12 and d as 4. Can you see over here? So 248 equal to 12 plus n minus 1 into 4. So 248 equal to 12 plus n into 4. Now this is again, I will repeat here, you can solve this sum by any method. If you want, first shift the number 12 over there and divide by 4, or as per this answer multiply by 4 and simplify. Anyhow you can do it, you will get the same answer. Now if I multiply by 4 over here, I am getting over here as what? N into 4 minus 1 into 4. So 248 equal to 12 plus 4n minus 4. So 12 minus 4, if you shift it both the terms on the other side, you will get it as what? 240. 240 equal to 4n. Divide by 4, n equal to 16. That means what is your final answer? Final answer is nothing but there are 16 terms are there in a sequence, which are multiple of 4. Now let us continue with the next sum. Exercise 5.2, question number 15. For what value of n are the nth term of two APs? 63, 65, 61 and so on, and 3, 8, 17 and so on are equal. Now see here what is given. For what value of n the nth term of two APs are equal. If you go on just writing this 63, 65, 67 as it is, and if you take 3, 10, 17 as it is, after what value of n your nth term will become same, that we want to find. Okay, so let us start with the first AP. In the first AP, your sequence is given as what? Here 63, 65, 67. Use the same formula, apply the same formula. A equal to 63, D equal to 65 minus 63, which is nothing but 2. So find the AN value. So AN is nothing but A is 63, N minus 1 and D is nothing but 2. So you will get it here as what? 63 minus 2, that is 61 plus 2N. Just mark it as a step 1. Similarly, do it for the second AP. 3, 10, 17 and so on. Again 3 is your first term. D is 10 minus 3 is 7. Apply the same formula and substitute. A is 3. N minus 1 into 7. So 3 plus 7n minus 7. So it will become 7n minus 4. So here in the case 1, for the first AP you got the AN as 61 plus 2n, and for the second AP you got the AN as 7n minus 4. Now what is given? This is a most important part. Nth term of first AP is equal to the nth term of second AP. Therefore, we can write it over here as 61 plus 2n. We got it in the previous step. The first step is nothing but nth term of first AP is 61 plus 2n, which is equal to 7n minus 4. Clear? Now, just simplify and find the value of n. It is very simple for you. So, see here, minus 4, if I shift it on left hand side, it will become 61 plus 4. And if I shift the 2n on the other side, it will become 7n minus 2n. So 61 plus 4 is 65 equal to 5n. So therefore 65 upon 5, which is nothing but n. So n equal to 13. So there will be the 13th term where we can see the nth term. After 13th term we can get it, the nth term is nothing but same. Is it clear to all of you? Yes. So can we continue with the next sum? Okay, let us start. Now, what is your 5.2 question number 17? See here in this 5.2, all the sums, if you observe over here, all the sums are depend on simply one formula. That is an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Just the most important point you have to remember over here, you have to identify what is given, what condition is given, and how to substitute and find the answer. After the substitution, finding answer is very easy. In previous session also I told you, finding the given part and what you want to find, these two things if you are getting easily, then the solution will be easy for you. Now let us continue with the question number 17. Find the 20 last term of the AP. 3, 8, 13 and so on till 253. Now this is, see here. So don't get confused. The most important point is what? The last term. So now we have to count it from from the last term. So here the sequence is given as what? 3, 8, 13 and all. We will not start the 10th term from the beginning, 20th term. We have to start from the last term. So last term is 253, the second last term, third last term. Like that way we have to come from the backward direction and we have to find the 20th term. Yes, so no need to get confused. What we will do, we will simply reverse our sequence. Just we will write the sequence where you will write the first term as 253. Then it will be easy for you. Okay, let us see over here. The D will remain same. If you interchange it, then also the D will remain same. D will be what? D8 minus 3 is 5. So first, let's find the term is 253. So now an is given as 253. Correct? A plus n minus 1 into d is 253. So 3 plus n minus 1 into 5 equal to 253. So just simplify 5 into n minus 1 equal to 253 minus 3. So 5 into n minus 1 is 250 and 250 by 5 is equal to 50 and n equal to 51. So the number of term is nothing but 51. I will repeat this question before I will go further. I will just tell you the second method how to solve. The second method is nothing but your D will remain as 5. You will write your sequence from the opposite way. That is, you will write the sequence as 253. Add the 5 to 3, that it will become as what? Just go in the reverse order. So you will go on subtracting. Subtract 5, subtract 5. So your sequence will change. And by considering that, find the 28th term. You try it in that way also. Okay. Now, for time being, we will continue with the same sum over here. So, you will get it here, the n as 51. Is it easy? Yeah. Now, we will continue with the same. Just wait a minute. So, here we got it the n value as 51. We need to find the 20th term from the last term. So, 51th term. Correct? So the total terms are 51 and we want to second last term is 58, third last term is 49 and so on. The 20th last term will become as what? 51 minus 19 term. So including that 51th term, if you subtract the 19th term, so 32nd term, that is 32th term will become as what? A 20th term from the last. So we will find the T32. Now let us see how to find. Same formula we will apply over here again and find the answer. So again we will apply the same formula, an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Therefore 832 equal to a is 3 plus n minus 1, that is 32 minus 1 into 5. D will remain same. So 32 minus 1 is 31 and 31 into 5 is 155. So 3 plus 155 equal to 158. So the 20th term from the last term of a given AP is nothing but 158. Hope this is clear, but I explained you the second method also. Anyone can try this by that method also. That is also the easier one. Now, let us continue with the word problem depend on the same formula, that is AN. Okay, this is a question number 19 from the textbook. So, Shubha Rao started a work in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000 and received an increment of rupees 200 each year, in which year his income reached rupees 7,000. Yes, here she has started her salary in 1995. The starting salary, that is the first salary, is 5,000. That means it is easy for you to find the first term. First term is 5,000. And she is getting the increment 200 each year. Means what? In 1996, she will get, her salary will become as what? As 5,000 plus 200, that is 5,200. In the third year, that is 1997, her salary will become 5,000 plus 200, that is 5,400, and so on. So if you write the AP, it will become 5,000, 5,200, 5,400, and so on. Now, can you see the difference in this sequence? What will be your D value? It is simply nothing but 200. It is quickly you can give the answer, because 5,200 minus 5,000 is nothing but 200 over here. And now we want to find in each year his increment become, in which year his increment become as a 7,000. That means in this AP year, after few terms, you will get the value as 7,000. Correct? So now for 7,000, for which term will be your 7,000? So what we will do, we will take the AN as 7,000. We need to find the N value. Let us substitute in the formula and find the answer. Now see here, again we are using the same formula as AN equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. AN is equal to 7,000 because at 7,000 salary, when will be the 7,000 area? After how many years we want to find? So AN is 7,000, A is 5,000 and D is 200. Correct? So substitute in the formula. So 7,000 is equal to 5,000 plus N minus 1 into 200. So 7,000 minus 5,000 is equal to N minus 1 into 200. 7,000 minus 5,000 is simply 2,000. Just simplify quickly. So we have taken 200 in the denominator. So it will become 2,000 minus 200 is 10, and N minus 1 will become as 10. So N equal to 11. Therefore, in the 11th year, Shubha Rao's salary will become as what? 7,000. So this is nothing but the answer. Let us quickly see the next part of this sum. Finding the 11th year. So in which year they asked her? After how many years it is not asked. In which year her salary will become 1,000. So the first year is 1995. Second year is 1996. Third year is nothing but 997. According to that, if you count the 11th year, it will become as 2005. So we can write it over here as in 2005, the Shubha Rao's salary has become as what? Rupees 7,000. Is it clear to all of you? Hope you all of you understood this concept. We will continue this chapter again